This is a recruitment video for the Stone Titans. We're expanding our jobs on the team, and we're looking to recruit a writer, someone who is a storyteller and an historian. And we call this job the Scribe. So somebody who writes stories and journals our adventures. A scribe is a writer, as I say, an historian and a storyteller, someone who records the adventures and trials and tribulations and events and the news, and also glorifies the accolades of the team to preserve them for posterity and future generations in our Minecraft world. So ideally, the scribe is the person that's going to oversee the library, and you can see here we've got a little library and it's quite small, and that's because we don't have somebody. Traditionally, nobody has been responsible for managing our repository of knowledge or tracking events. In the past, people have come in and sometimes have written little stories. Some of the stuff is accounts of things that have happened, and maybe some other technical information or some fantasy stories about things that have happened or may not have happened on the server. And some of the stuff is just storytelling and is a good read. So we've got some books in our library, and it's nice for people to be able to come by and sit down and read a book and spend some time learning about the history of this and that, or reading a story about something that happened a long time ago. A lot of our stuff has been passed down sort of with the oral tradition of storytelling, but we don't have a lot of our history recorded, and it's a shame. So we're at the point now where we wish that's something we had done all along, and it's definitely something we want to start doing now. So we're creating a new role called the Scribe on the team for somebody to be our, writer. And some of the things the Scribe will do is manage the books, and it's not just books that go into the library, but a lot of books are used all over the server, especially in the post office, in terms of work orders and stuff. So right now the porters are managing the crafting of books, but we'd like to take that role and move it to somebody who specializes in books. That would be the Scribe, and they would co-manage the post office in terms of stocking the book supply and also supplying the carpenters with books for bookshelves and things of that nature, but also crafting books for their own purposes of storytelling and journalism. And another thing that we're going to be able to do when we upgrade our server is incorporate a printing press, which will allow a scribe to run a weekly newspaper where they can cover some of the news and topics and events that have happened, just little short stories and things to be distributed around the village to people who want to read the newspaper. So with a printing press, a scribe will write our weekly newspaper and then be able to print copies of that using the printing press, and then distribute those newspapers in the post office to all the team members. And then over and above and beyond that, the scribe would write stories, more like books rather than short stories, but they'd be books where there'd be several pages of whether it's fact or fiction or fantasy, just stories to enrich our history and to share some of the knowledge that's here. So that's something that we're really looking to expand on, and we're looking for somebody who is a writer, somebody with good, strong written skills, good English skills, and somebody who is dedicated to that role and can participate on a daily basis and will keep their finger on the pulse of the happenings. So somebody who can take humorous events and make note of that, and then write a story about that stuff. So with that, we're looking for a certain kind of applicant, as I say, somebody with good written skills, and also somebody who's friendly and outgoing and mature, Everybody on this team is friendly, outgoing, and mature, and we're looking for that kind of personality as well. In our Scribe, it helps to be outgoing because you're going to be in communication with other team members and hearing their stories and making notes of that stuff. So it's really a creative writing position as well as a journalism position, and we're opening that up now. We'd like to offer that to qualified applicants to get in at this stage where we're really trying to grow our library. So if you're interested in that, the links to the applications on the forums will be in the description below. And also I want to point out that if you have some portfolio stuff or some examples of your writing online somewhere, if you want to include the links to that in your application, that would be helpful. That would help us determine where you're at with your writing and storytelling. And we're looking, at this point we only need one scribe, so we want to get the right candidate in the position on the team, and so we want to give everybody a fair chance to apply for that and get the right person in here. So if this sounds like you, don't be shy and just apply, and somebody will get in touch with you and we'll review your application, and hopefully we can get you an interview for a tryout on the team. Thanks for watching.